Well, the Miller neighborhood in Gary, an eclectic lakefront community, has long been considered a region gem. From its quirky, independently owned businesses, breweries, and restaurants to a vibrant arts community. There are about 25 new businesses and new pop-up galleries and other community-driven events that have been spawned since the Miller Beach Arts and Creative District launch in 2011 in response to numerous business closings on Lake Street. Major construction as part of the Marquette plan is underway, with sidewalks being widened, making it more pedestrian and bike friendly. Well, there is a move underway in the region with a simple message to those living in neighboring Illinois. The grass is greener in Indiana. It's a campaign to get Illinois residents, especially those who would normally gravitate to the Chicago suburbs, to move to Northwest Indiana. And the Move to Indiana campaign is now in its second year, and here to explain more about the initiative and reaction to it, pleased as always to be joined by South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority CEO Speros Batistatos. And Spiro, as always, welcome to the program.
It's great to be here.
Okay, the grass is greener in Indiana. Catchy name. How did it come about? Because this is not a traditional economic development initiative where you're trying to get a business to move. You're really targeting individuals, residents, right?
We are. The conversation started between what we call the Founding Five, ourselves, the Times of Northwest Indiana, Centir, NIPSCO, and the Greater Northwest Indiana Association of Realtors. And we wanted to do something that would help grow the area, but you know, I've got hotels and restaurants and breweries, and I lived in Miller for 20 years, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. We've got to help grow that business, and you can do it with convention and visitors, and you can do it by growing your housing stock and your residency. So we looked at it and said, let's go. Let's start marketing. It was in the times of a pop or soda tax in Chicago, a bag tax in Chicago. Now the new governor's come in and raised every tax by 10%. And so now you're talking about some real money coming out of your household if you live in Illinois, and it really, with the messages of lower taxes, bigger housing for the dollar, every tax where you do a head-to-head comparison, we have an environment that is truly competitive in the Chicago market. Okay,
talk about how it works, because this is mostly a digital marketing campaign that you're targeting residents.
It's 99% digital. It's scary, spooky. Big Brother, follows you. We did some geofencing, and if you're playing Candy Crush or checking Facebook, ads pop up. I don't know how it works. It's frightening, but it's very cool. Great response. Our click-through rates are double or triple national averages. I'll be honest, I wish we could run tourism campaigns that were this effective. The messages are resonating. Every penny we put in goes entirely to digital ads. We're real serious about this campaign, and it's working.
Well, you talk about it, it's working. Are people moving?
They are moving. And if you look at the housing starts in communities like Dyer, Munster, St. John, Schererville, even Hammond, Lowell, just everywhere where that West Lake corridor is going to be, you're seeing a movement by either empty nesters or millennials or young, millennials that are starting their families. We find those two are our big markets because they're downsizing.
Well, you mentioned the West Lake corridor there, so that extension of the South Shore line, the double tracking, all that plays into this because of that connectivity to Chicago.
Critical. We're able to sell the fact that you can still have your job in Chicago. If you want to save time on your commute, you move to Indiana. If you want to have more time with your family, you move to Indiana. The quality of life here, the 61st National Park, big move for us in helping people understand what our assets and the open spaces look like here. So we've seen all of these things really help sell this, and they're all coalescing around this message of Move to Indiana.
And to add to that, the downtown redevelopment, the quality of life projects in places like Whiting and Valpo and some of these other areas, I guess that plays into it too, making it more attractive.
Well, I'm glad you're here because Whiting didn't look like this the last time you were here. If you haven't been to some of our communities in the last 5 to 7 years, I'll argue you've never been to them. There's just real excitement all along the South Shore right now, and it's infectious. For me, it's fun after 30 years of work seeing what's going on here, and we're just pleased to be a part of it.
Speros Batistatos, thank you so much. We're going to see you in a few minutes on the Insiders too.
You are.
Stick around.